I have to tell you, we spoke to Ryan Garcia a few days ago, and we asked him about this fight. And he says he has an idea, and he has a feeling that Triple G is going to win this fight. What's your opinion on that?
Man, he's just mad for something. Or he's no more in that team. He's always going to be versus us, no matter what. But he's a little kid. You need to understand him. He need to learn a lot of things. But what my advice for him, just do your job, focus on your career, win a world champion first, then talk about you accomplish nothing, right? And you start talking about fighters who has accomplished a lot. When I was 20 years old, I'm being a world champion.
Yeah.
So
like calling out
it's
Gervonta
easy.
Davis and stuff. Do you think he can beat Gervonta?
No, you can call out everybody and say and talk and everything, but at the end of the day, you're doing that.
What's good, YouTube? It's KB with Just Do Boxing, back with another video. And what I played for y'all was a clip of Canelo doing an interview with AK Barak of DAZN. And they were telling him that Ryan Garcia is picking Triple G to beat him in his trilogy. And Triple G gave his Canelo gave his thoughts on what he felt about Ryan Garcia. And he said he's a little kid, he needs to learn a lot of things, basically win a world title first and then talk about other people. Basically saying he's just mad because he's not in the team no more and it's always going to be, them versus him type of deal. And, he's just a little kid and he needs to focus on his career and basically handle his business and win a world title before continuously calling people out. And I agree wholeheartedly with Canelo on this one. I think Ryan Garcia is a little bit of sour grapes on his behalf because of how things played out with him and, Team Canelo. And I think as a result, you hearing him, pick against him, which, like I said, is no surprise because of how that relationship turned out. Because before this point, when everything was good over there in Camp Team Reynoso, Ryan Garcia had nothing but the utmost positive things to say about Canelo, and he looked up to him, and basically Canelo was like a role model to him. But now, seeing that things that went sour, in terms of their relationship, and now you hearing Ryan Garcia change his tune, and he don't have really much positive things to say about Canelo, which makes me question, like, did you ever truly feel the way you said you felt about him? Did you really feel like he was one of the best? Did you really feel like he was pound for pound? Or is the things you saying now how you always felt about him? You know what I'm saying? Saying he's going to lose to Triple G and stuff like that. So, that's just my question to Ryan Garcia. Like, is that how you really feel? And, Canelo even also went on to say, Ryan Garcia, you accomplished nothing. And you start talking about fighters who have accomplished a lot more than you. And he's basically saying, when I was 20 years old, I was a world champion. And Canelo was right again. I think Ryan Garcia needs to focus on his career. He needs to ask himself some questions. And something I always say, in my opinion, Ryan Garcia is stuck between being comfortable and content being a popular fighter than being a great fighter. And I think that's the reason for his subpar performance against Emmanuel to go. I don't think he's without skill or anything like that. I don't think Ryan Garcia is a terrible fighter. I just think it's more mental with him, and it's about his hunger. And I think the fact that this kid is getting, Gatorade commercials with Damian Lillard and things like that, it's nothing wrong with that. Just reap the benefits of your success. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I believe you making money in other areas outside of boxing has killed your drive and your hunger to want to be great in this sport. And that's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but just based on the things that I've seen and the way Ryan Garcia moves, like he talks about more fights than he actually participates in, and he's far too young to be doing that. You know what I'm saying? He's very young. What is he, 23 years old? I mean, this kid is just not challenging himself the way he should be. You know what I'm saying? And he has a fight with Javier Fortuna coming up. I think that's July 16th, and he needs to be focused on that. You know, he did a interview where he spent more time talking about Gervonta Tank Davis than Javier Fortuna, and I just think that's just a sneak peek into how he thinks as a man, as a fighter. You know, and it basically shows that anybody that's listening where his focus is mentally. If I have a fight coming up, and when you're undefeated, each fight, your next fight is always the biggest fight of your career, because it's your record and everything you stand for is on the line. You could potentially lose, and I think he needs to approach this fight this way with Javier Fortuna. Focus more on Fortuna than Gervonta Tank Davis, man. You've been calling this man out for years. You haven't gotten in there once. You've been doing a lot of bluffing. You pulled out and found ways out of more fights than you've actually participated in fights in the last couple years. And I think it's starting to be a pattern with this kid. He attaches his name to a popular big, rising star like Gervonta Tank Davis, and hopes to maybe bring some attention to his fight that's probably going to be subpar and underwhelming based on where he's at mentally. It just don't seem like he's focused. And I thought he learned from his previous mistakes in terms of calling fighters out and then disappointing the fans and not allowing these fights to happen. But nope, lo and behold, one fight later, he fight Manuel to go. It seemed like he was humbled by that performance, and he said to the fans he was going to stop calling fighters out and just let his team, make the fights for him, and he was just going to take care of business and put the work in. And I gave him his credit and his just due for that. But this kid immediately turned around, became a prisoner of the moment. You seen Tank knock out Rolly, and then all of a sudden you're going to fight Tank again. After you beat Javier Fortuna, you're going to fight Tank. That's like putting the carriage before the horse, and you should have learned better not to do that. But it's like, this kid is just, I don't know, man. He's very young-minded, in my opinion. And I think he needs to grow up mentally, like as a man. I think the way he moves is very childish, and, it's very young acting, immature to me. Focus on the gym, put the work in on the gym, so you can put the work in under them bright lights. It's just simple and plain. You know what I mean? Ryan Garcia has talent to work with. I just think he has to focus, correct some things, sharpen some stuff up on defense. His punch selection, he can fix that. Maybe work on some footwork, because he has slow feet, in my opinion. He doesn't have very educated feet. He has fast hands but slow feet. He has good power. He has some real, physical attributes to work with, but he just needs to develop his IQ, you know what I mean? He just needs to put the work in. Simply put, find a trainer that works for him, put the work in, and like Canelo said, maybe go beat somebody of note, become a world champion, and then maybe you can call out Tank Davis. But until then, I don't want to hear you calling out Tank Davis. You got Javier Fortuna to worry about. That's more than enough challenge for you based off how you looked in your last performance. Because if we're being honest, you look worse in your last performance against Emmanuel to go than Javier Fortuna did against Jojo Diaz when he lost to him. And that's just being real. And that's my thoughts on it. But y'all get in the comment section. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all agree with Canelo, man, what he had to say about Ryan Garcia? He's accomplished nothing, and he's a little kid. Let me know what y'all feel about his comments, and get in that comment section and let me know what y'all think Ryan Garcia needs to do to push his career, in the upwards direction. Because right now it's just he's all bark and no bite, and I know the fans are getting tired of that. But that's my just do on it. Y'all get in the comment section. Let me know how y'all feel about Canelo's statements towards Ryan Garcia. And I'll be back with another one. As always, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I drop new content. And I'm out of here. Peace.